Good afternoon and welcome to Cromer Park for this Round 11 National Premier League's New South Wales men's clash between Manly United and Sydney United 58 FC. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon on the North Shore. Both clubs looking to return to winning ways. Sydney United found themselves in fourth position with title ambitions. Manly United slipped down to sixth for the time being. Does feel like with every one of these games, we keep on saying it is crucial. Each game is massive, and that is indicative of the title race and indeed the table itself so far. These two teams separated by only those 4 points. With Wollongong Wolves coming back to the pack, suffering their first defeat. Maybe the time is now for one of these two sides to strike. For the home side, Charles Mendy with a start. Was also on the front page of the matchday program. That's a former Manly junior, Thomas Manos, in goal for the away side. He was incredible last week. Rightly found himself into the team of the week. He's coming up against Travis Orchard. For Manly United, the centre-back also winning that award. But for now, there's a game to play. There's Travis Orchard trying to get it upfield. Finds the head of Chalakian. Mendy second to that one. Fox fouled from behind. Both these sides capable of playing some brilliant football. Like to keep it on the turf, only trying to loft it if there is an oncoming runner. You can look for Pandurovic up top, Adam Parkhouse on the left, Mendy on the right, if you are a Manly United fan. If you're of the Sydney United persuasion, all eyes on Simonoski, constantly looking to burst through opposition defences, playing on the edge of the last man. Blistering pace. Paul trying to keep this one in play, unable to do so. Sydney United throw in. There is Simonoski, unable to win that challenge. Charles Mendy, quite a left-footed player, is Charles Mendy. Interesting that he is stationed on that right-hand side today. Will therefore be looking to cut in, no doubt. Late challenge there from Pandurovic. Referee and linesman happy to let it go. A few protests. We play on. Dylan Mitchell to his captain, Sam Gallagher. His left-hand side kept in very well from Wilson Chalakian. What a season he's having. Adam Parkhouse. Gliding through the defence. Parkhouse is still going. Leaves the defenders on the ground. Parkhouse plays it across the face. Well kept out though. Dangerous signs there. Sim looking for the big switch, unable to do so. Goes back down this right-hand side. Sprinkling of A-League experience in this Sydney United lineup. Players with excellent pedigree. They're starting to click this season. Space on the left. It's Bilic who's in space. Bilic is ignored. Markovic going back to this right-hand side. Pass a little too heavy. Dylan Mitchell, Travis Orchard Looking for Paul on this right-hand side. Decides to play it through the middle. That's a tough one for McDonald. He's harassed well. Turnover here. United on the attack. The header from Peter Simonowski going just wide. Manly United love to play it out from the back. Opposition teams very aware, particularly from the goal kick, of stifling that danger. If you are able to do so, you may well find yourselves with the football. Not a lot of tall timber for Manly United up top. So we have a little bit of head tennis. Orchard, good battle that. Simonowski, it's the latter who wins out. And tell me. Playing it forward. Lovely first time ball. Finds Bilic. Bilic all the way back and across to Matthew Sim. Sim doesn't have a lot of support. Twists himself into trouble. Belated foul called. No arguments with the decision. Perhaps some early danger here for Sydney United. Peter Simonowski standing in an offside position in front of Dylan Mitchell. Doesn't get past the second man. Pakatis with the ambitious attempt straight at Dylan Mitchell. Manly players not quite on the same wavelength just yet. Pandurovic coming towards the ball. Orchard wanting the ball over the top. Nice and easy for Sydney United and for Thomas Manos, who will be hoping for a quieter afternoon, quieter match than he had last weekend. Some incredible saves in that 1-1 draw against Sydney Olympic. Manly United thought they'd stolen 3 points from up here last weekend, only for Chris Payne, I've heard that name a bit this season, to equalise right at the death. Foul committed on Brendan Chalakian. Really is a perfect afternoon for football here on the Northern Beaches. No breeze to speak of. Excellent conditions for football. That is well cut out from McDonald. Lovely first touch too. Trying to play it forward. Good defending from Pakatis. Bilic going backwards. Not a lot going forward just yet. Tomalic back to Manos. United will try attacking it down this right-hand side. Can tell you, not a lot to go forward there either. Manly United like to keep their lines nice and tight until you get to around this halfway line, and then they'll start the double press. Chalakian with a big tussle and winning the foul for his team. Pakatis not particularly pleased with that decision. Actually hear him saying, "What do you want me to do?" to the referee. Referee not with a particularly lengthy response. As long as these decisions are consistent, we'll all go home happy. Standard of refereeing in this NPL New South Wales season has been exemplary. 10 or so rounds in. Gallagher back to Orchard. Very tense, cagey start here at Cromer Park. Paul looking for Mendy. In fact, wins the throw-in for his side. Decisions not going Sydney United's way early on. Referee will have a quick word with Matthew Bilic, who threw that ball away straight into the turf. Perhaps the reason he avoids the referee's notebook. Kieran Paul to take the throw-in on this right-hand side. Finds Charles Mendy. Perhaps a potential counter-attack on here. Sim looking for players forward. One of them is Galagos. Does try to find Sebastian Galagos. Unable to do so. Sam Wilson recovers the ball. Decides to play it back to his captain. Shalakian, well beaten to the ball by Bakatis. That challenge was certainly clean, however, there is a resultant turnover. Pandurovic hasn't got his head up. Eventually finds the feet of Joseph Fox. Adam Parkhouse looking for Shalakian, well defended though. There is a very tense atmosphere around this ground. No doubt the fans of both sides know how much is on the line. Markovic sends it back down this right-hand side. Tomalic. Roberts down the line to Sim. Sim inside. Heavy first touch, unfortunately, by Galagos. Bit of space forward, if Manly United are good enough. Pandurovic to Adam Parkhouse. Wilson, clever feet. McDonald. Kieran Paul. Immediately met with pressure. Orchard, that's a clear foul. Simonoski nipping in to get that ball first. Dare I say that's the last of those that Travis Orchard will get away with here this afternoon. Always love to see a striker that's willing to get back and do the defensive work. Peter Simonoski seems to have an endless supply of stamina. Long searching ball for Antelmi. Good first touch, has the overlapping run. Bilic is ignored. Perhaps should have used him. That ball to no one in particular. Precise pass out from the back. Manly have done well to hold on to it. Throw down the line to Pandurovic. Excellent pressure from Anthony Tomalic. Matthew Sim goes back and we start again. Bilic loves to get forward. The return ball not quite good enough. Mendy wrestling with Antelmi. Eventually cleared long by Kieran Paul. Straight to Tomalic. Unfortunately for his side, Matthew Sims' first touch not up to code. Penderovic, the flick header to no one in particular. We go all the way back to Thomas Manos. Markovic. Long searching ball. It's a lot for Simonoski to do. Travis Orchard shielding it well out of play for a goal kick. Joe Fox wanting to start something here for his team. Orchard to McDonald. Good pressure in the middle of the park from Sydney United. All very tight in that centre midfield area. Gallagher to McDonald. Looking for the switch to Paul. Mendy inside for Chalakian. Chalakian with a bit of space. Decides to play it wide to Parkhouse. It's over the top of him and races away for a throw-in. We've seen Chalakian score from that type of position in weeks past. If there could have been any criticism of Brendan Chalakian in those early rounds this season, was that he was a little too selfish. Head down over the ball, not looking for teammates. He's starting to find that balance. When to go himself, when to pass it around a little further. Penderovic, well tackled by Sim. That Sim launches forward, finds Simonoski. Back to Sim. Run forward is being made by Antelmi. Cut out well by Wilson. And then it's turned straight over. United able to start again. Markovic. Cute first time ball around the corner from Liam Rose. Manly sitting quite deep, inviting this pressure. Sim gets it on his left foot. Tries to shoot across the face of goal. Well within the grasp of Dylan Mitchell. It's a nice little counter-attacking setup here from Sydney United, at least in these early stages. Just getting their feel for this game. Parkhouse has broken through the line here. A rare attacking foray for Manly United. The ball to the top of the area does not find Chalakian. Well defended. Gallagher not able to win that ball. Orchard there to help him out. Jordan Roberts rather, winning that ball, my apologies. Starting off the play for his side, lovely little first touch from Galagos. Liam Rose wanted a pass forward. He's complaining to his teammates, wondering why the run didn't come. He gets the ball back now. Galagos. This is a bit better. Sim. Leaning back on that shot, hitting it up, up and away. There have been a few teams that have come to Chroma Park this season, perhaps expecting an easy entry into their 90 minutes, only to find themselves behind. That's why this shape and system from Sydney United is all the more impressive. Absorbing some of this pressure, not allowing the home team to create. No doubt they will grow into this contest from an offensive point of view as we continue. Rose, clever touch. Well, clearly coming off Mendy, referee obliging, and tell me happy with that decision. Bilic. Looking for Simonoski. Simonoski around the corner. And tell me hadn't yet had a moment to catch up to his teammate. Gallagher, forward for Chalakian, first time ball around the corner, finds the on-rushing Adam Parkhouse. A few players in the middle, Parkhouse goes past the first, but not the second, well defended. Bit more defending to do, however, Chalakian. This time going inside, finding Fox. Pendurovic, flick inside, was looking for Chalakian or Mendy, found neither. Kieran Paul through the legs of Simonoski, but to no one in particular. Cute little flicker around the corner from Pakatis. Not read by Galagos. Manly retaining possession once more. Orchard wants Mendy. Mendy with strength, the first touch. Bit too heavy, it rushes out of play for a goal kick. Mendy does give the thumbs up to his centre back. The referee asking Thomas Manos to take this one again. Not quite ready for play to restart. That does give Manly the opportunity to stop them from playing out from the back at the second time of asking. Did mention that Manly United don't have a lot of tall players, neither really do Sydney United. A long ball won't favour anyone but those centre backs. Markovic calmly back to his goalkeeper. Receives it now. Bilic. Flick header. Finds Liam Rose. Back to Antelmi. Antelmi under-hitting that pass to Sim. Parkhouse back to do his defending work. Chalakian controls that nicely. Plays it short to Parkhouse. Comes up to meet his teammate now. Chalakian. So much space for Mendy on this right-hand side. Mendy not really getting out of first gear, chasing that ball down. Perhaps the pass could have been under-hit a little more. Kieran Paul eventually receiving the ball, booted straight back into the crowd. Paul to Pendurovic. Chalakian has so much space. decides to go into the challenge and not back onto his right foot. Interesting. Parkhouse looking for the ball inside. Well defended again. Bilic happy just to get it out of there. McDonald to Chalakian. Now he's on his right foot. Excellent challenge. Chalakian falling over. Unintentional result from that challenge. Bilic is all over Mendy. This right-hand side for Manly. Winning that battle well. Too many players for Entelmi to beat. Fox to Chalakian. Out to Parkhouse. This has been the outlet for Manly on these rare occasions. Parkhouse towards that byline. United clear only as far as Fox. Chalakian takes another tumble. Yet again, play on is the decision. Rose tidily finds his way out to Bilic. Bilic rushing that a little bit. Mendy now on the ball. Here's that duel we were talking about. Mendy not wanting to take his man on. Goes back to Paul. McDonald completely unintentional and also deliciously magical until it breaks down. Might have actually done something when he played that pass. That ball's turned over straight to Mendy, but as we know, and as talked about, he is a left-footed player. First and foremost, Mendy! Never mind that one little bit. Commentator's curse coming right at you. He's starting. The crowd, the fans have been asking for it, and Charles Mendy has delivered what looked like heavy touches on that right foot. Ended up falling perfectly for himself to run onto. Makes no mistake with the right-footed finish. Fair play, Charles Mendy. It's 1-0 to Manly United.
And that is a goal to Manly United from number 12, Charles Mendy. Scores Manly United 1, Sydney United 58 FC 0.
You love to see it. Occasionally criticised Charles Mendy for not being in the right position. Well, I felt that came about fortuitously. There is no arguing with the end result. Mendy playing his way past 3 players before applying the finish. Not a lot Thomas Manos could have done about it. I'm more than happy to eat my words as we move on. Lovely footwork. Galagos to Rose. Now out wide to Sim. Can United reply here? Not on this occasion. Liam Rose leaning back. Hitting that well over the bar. And indeed, out of this ground. Pendurovic with the big air swing, having a bit of a chuckle after missing that ball. The cliche does ring true. It is all about taking your chances. Sydney Olympic unable to do so really last week. Charles Mendy wasn't letting anyone stop him. We sometimes talk about Manly having a lot of possession, but all in their defensive third. If you want the fortuitous bounce, if you want it to go your way, you do need to get it forward. That is exactly what they did on that occasion. First getting a bit lucky through McDonald. And then Charles Mendy starting today. That right midfield position. Will feel like his job is done. He's delivered the goal the manager has asked of him pre-game. A lot more minutes to play. From the resultant kickoff, Sydney United looked like they had a bit more impetus. Ever since then, Manly United controlling possession. Heads of the opposition going down just a little. And a goal like that can really do that to a side when it feels undefendable. No doubt head coach Miro Velasdelica won't feel that way. He'll be watching the video replay, wondering what could have been done differently. Mendy, the clever dummy, but well read by Petar Markovic. Manos shanks that back to Markovic, who says, I'm just going to boot this one into touch. It's a little bit sloppy by the away side. Sim eventually booting that one into touch. Catch by the gentleman in the crowd draws applause. Paul to Mendy. McDonald now going forward, Chalakian in space. You know who else is? Charles Mendy. Going back onto that right foot. While he might have scored with his right foot, he's played 4 passes by my count, none of which have gone to a teammate on that right-hand side. I'll try and let that particular bugbear go and let you be the judge. Manos upfield. Excellent leaping header by Orchard. Falls at the feet of Chalakian. Chalakian with the step overs. Tomilic is having none of that from Chalakian. Quickly jogs away from the scene of the crime. Dare I say, that might be his first and final warning, just like Orchard. Around 10 minutes earlier. We've seen Chalakian score some brilliant free kicks this season. Don't know if any of them have been from a distance quite this far. There's no one else looking to take this free kick, and so it is. Brendan Chalakian. Comfortably to Manos on the first bounce. Markovic finds Bilic, the left back. Popping this one long. Comes off the back of Simonoski, who let it run. Some fascinating one-on-one battles across the pitch in this game. Manly United are winning the weight of them so far. Fox has nowhere to go here. Fox goes himself to create the space. Paul barged over by Galagos. The referee saw nothing wrong with the challenge, but Manly United do get the throw in. Bendurovic out to Paul. Paul inside. Shooting comfortably over the crossbar. Kieran Paul tends to get one shot a week. Hasn't yet hit the target by my count. We can check that box for NPL bingo. Orchard. Bouncing around Fox. Looking for Mendy. Mendy again on that right foot. Comfortably wide. That strike from Charles Mendy has his side in the lead. It's also gained him a few fans. The children in the front row with a few different variations of a Mendy chant. Plenty of heroes for the younglings to follow on. Excellent leap there. Liam Rose wanting it most. Plays it out wide to Sim. Gets it back here. Telegraph that pass. Mendy's touch ineffective. Bilic. Can't go past Paul. Paul taken out after playing that ball down the line. Simonoski with the apology. That could well be the third player on their final warning. Does extend an arm of apology after making that challenge. Orchard looking for Pendurovic. Chalakian's first touch is beautiful. Then he plays it out wide to Mendy. Mendy. Clever flick with that right foot to Paul. Paul's ball goes all the way across to the middle of the box. And then it comes back out. Galagos racing forward. Gets his head up. Wants to play it out to this right-hand side and tell me. Pakatis. Out to Bilic. Loves to get forward. Back to Pakatis. Back to Rose. Back to Simonoski. He's extremely deep, considering he was the furthermost player at the beginning of this first half. We end up going all the way back to Thomas Manos. Do you credit the Manly United defence, or do you ask for more from this Sydney United offence? Matt Sim. Decent shaped cross headed away by Orchard. Does stay in play. Roberts, who's been quiet on that right-hand side, Jordan Roberts. Tomilic. Forward now. Simonoski looking for the return ball. Falls to Bilic. Bilic swinging it towards the back post. Well defended by Wilson. Running out for a throw-in. Manly United under the most pressure they've been in the first half so far. Sim. It's a little bit too back and across for Sydney United. Not willing to take their chance on this left-hand side. The shot from distance. Fumbled initially by Dylan Mitchell before getting it under control. Well hit by Antelmi. That's more encouraging. The old up and under will fall to Adam Parkhouse. Clear foul on Sam Wilson. If you've been following Manly United this season, you'll know not many of their games blowout to a 2 greater scoreline. Always keep things interesting. Bilic clears it long. His teammates not able to help him out. Chalakian. McDonald to Fox. Now Samuel Wilson. Parkhouse wanting it further wide on the left. If there is to be just one criticism of Manly United this season, it's been the lack of an out-and-out striker. Dejan Pandurovic much more comfortable in a wide midfield position. Nikola Teneski on the bench for Manly United. Could be the substitution made should manager Paul D feel like he's not getting enough from the number 9 position. Paul. Flick header, Chalakian, high foot, not called by the referee. Liam Rose did only have eyes from the ball. Chested down well, and tell me, how's the link-up play? Galagos. Ball racing into the area, well defended by Paul. Peter Simonoski looked like he was going to race through. Ball got a little bit too tight. That's a touch from Parkhouse. Not what he wants. Crossfield ball to find Bilic. As his teammate wide in Patrick Entelmi. Bites off a little more than he can chew on that occasion. Fox. Well intercepted though. Pakatis has had a quieter second stanza here. Watch that right off the boot to intercept that ball. Brilliantly done. Bilic, the big switch to Tomalic. Tomalic to Roberts. Puts in the cross. Gallagher meets it well. Rose. Falls kindly to McDonald. Sim doing very well to win that ball, and in fact wins the free kick. And with less than 5 minutes remaining of regular time in this first half, maybe it's a set piece that could be Manly United's undoing. Galagos looks the most interested party here, standing over this dead ball. Plenty of shirts in the middle. Galagos, well punched away by Dylan Mitchell. Gallagher pumping it long. Bit of a chase for Pandurovic. What can he do with it? Holds it up extremely well, and now the ball inside. It's going to reach Adam Parkhouse. Parkhouse! The chip over the keeper is delightfully done. That is counter-attacking football at its finest. That is a goal to Adam Parkhouse. That is 2-0 to Manly United. Well, if you're a Manly United fan, firstly, what are you doing watching the stream and not getting yourself out to Cromer Park on this very pleasant Sunday afternoon? But secondly, you're going to be asking me to put the mockers on more of your players. Mendy going forward here, keeping it in play before Bilic tries to clear. Mendy still under it, gets the throw in. First, the attack at Charles Mendy's right foot, goal. Then the criticism of Dejan Pendurovic's hold-up play. Gets himself an assist for the Parkhouse goal. Time to scope out my next target. Of course, it's not enjoyable at all. No fun and games if you're a Sydney United supporter. I wouldn't say by any stretch that they've been poor in this first half. Really just has been 2 moments of brilliance. Now Pendurovic winning this ball, playing it across the face. Parkhouse wanting it on the turf. Pendurovic lifting it up. Matthew Sim. Foul 1. Taken quickly by Sim. Released by Rose down this right-hand side. Ball towards the back stick, well defended by Paul. Mendy gets up, body-to-body contact. It's just going to be a throw-in. Mendy refusing the hand as well from Simonoski. Can the great 58 get themselves a goal back before half-time? That was a beautiful nutmeg by Mendy. Rose with clever feet. There's space for Rose. Still going forward. Runs himself in to Orchard. It was clever footwork to skip past his man. I think the reason that penalty not being given is that Rose's final touch went well past him. Very quickly out for a goal kick. Orchard didn't make a challenge towards the ball, held his ground. We have seen those given. But as mentioned once in this first half, as long as the refereeing is consistent, that's all we can ask for. Dylan Mitchell's goal kick going wide past everyone. Stoppage time in this first half. Paul to Pendurovic. Paul's deflected pass means it will be another throw-in. What an engrossing 45 minutes that was. It was cagey, it was tense at the start of this first half. On that 26th minute, some individual brilliance from Charles Mendy to break through. And then that goal was added by a second. Adam Parkhouse finishing off a beautiful counter-attack. Manly United find themselves with a half-time lead. Unexpected, I'll let you be the judge. The score at the end of this opening half is Manly United 2, Sydney United 58 FC 0.
stores in the Gateway Shopping Complex in Monavale and Condamine Street, Balgowlah. Drop in and tell them Manly United sent you. And support those who are supporting Manly United Football Club.
Welcome back to Cromer Park for the second half of your Sunday afternoon NPL New South Wales football match between Manly United and Sydney United 58 FC.
Made a substitution. Coming off the field was number 11, Yanni Pakatis, and he was replaced by number 18, Glenn Trafiro.
Thank you very much. Manly United ground announcer doing my job for me. Yanni Pakatis subbed off when Trafiro brought on. Miro Valestica understandably not happy with that first half performance. Something needs to change. Here is Trafiro. Ball searching forward. Gallagher and Orchard sorted out between them. Accidental handball there from Liam Rose, but a handball nonetheless. The first half was extremely tight for the vast majority, with 2 moments of magic. The 2 moments creating 2 goals that separate these 2 sides. Charles Mendy in the starting 11, rewarding manager Paul D's selection with a goal around that 26th minute before Adam Parkhouse completed a brilliant counter-attack to double that advantage. Penderovic around the body looking for McDonald, unable to find him. Gallagher, long searching ball for Parkhouse, goes over the top of him. Has Roberts to beat. Parkhouse was coming back from an offside position. Tomalich. Trufiro. Roberts, good first time ball. Looks to regain it now. Runs into Penderovic, who holds it up for Parkhouse. Parkhouse has space down this left-hand side. Runs into it. Dinked ball, I believe, was looking for Mendy, but he was coming inside. Ball evading everyone before landing at the feet of Matthew Bilic. Bilic inside. Galagos. Trafiro. Sprayed well wide to Jordan Roberts. Roberts unable to get it under control. Down the line from Wilson, goes into play, then out of play. Liam Rose To the substitute, Glenn Trefiro. Back to Markovic, all the way back to Thomas Manos. Anthony Tomilich. Liam Rose, once again, looking towards his teammates, wanting a short option, not receiving it, and forced to go back to his goalkeeper. Wilson, bit of a shank clearance. The shot on goal from Galagos. Never really looking like it was going on target. Got underneath that one, undercutting it, sending it well over the top. Dylan Mitchell with the classic baseball cap look. You often see the goalkeeper at the far end of the stadium donning the cap. So the remainder of that sunlight peeks past this main grandstand. Flick header from Szymanowski. Can't find a teammate. Here is Dylan Mitchell. And his cap, playing it to Adam Parkhouse. Wanting to take Robertson down the line. Roberts did well initially, but then got behind Parkhouse and was forced to drag him down. Can't really have a complaint. Now has a bit of a laugh about it. To be honest, probably wasn't the worst decision he could have made. Adam Parkhouse already gotten down that left-hand side for Manly on numerous occasions. What it does mean is Brendan Chalakian stands over this dead ball. Plenty of bodies in the box. Chalakian, not his best delivery. Matt Sim, back to Trefiro before spreading it to this left-hand side. Another ball over the top. Mentioned in the pre-game about how much Szymanowski loves to burst through that defensive line. No doubt Dylan Mitchell has been doing his research, coming to the edge of his area to claim that one. Sim not judging the flight of that ball, but to his credit, regains it on the third attempt. Trefiro starts to put the press on now. Fox forced to play it wide. Does well to find Mendy. Back to Kieran Paul. Mendy looking for the drag back, only gets a throw in. McDonald under heavy pressure, gives that one away. Orchard again, right on the money. Anytime Szymanowski has gotten close to getting free, Orchard has reeled him back in. Mendy down this right-hand side. Escapes the first marker, but not the second. Manly United corner on this right-hand side will almost definitely be taken by Adam Parkhouse. They have been working on this in-swinging delivery from set pieces all season. Parkhouse right underneath the watchful eye of both the Manly United social media man and, of course, those travelling away supporters. Swing it in. Orchard with a glancing header, cannot get it on target. Everyone standing still apart from Orchard. Just needed a bit more solid contact. Would have made it 3-0. And dare I say, got this game out of the reach of Sydney United as it is. He puts the header wide. That scoreline remains 2-0, much to the relief of those in red and white. All over the top. Sim did well initially. Gallagher deciding to leave his man to come across and deal with the danger. Flick header to Chalakian, evades Pendurovic. Tomilich doing well under pressure. That's a lovely chest down as well. Trefiro wants the return ball to Galagos. Finds him now. Galagos almost past Gallagher. Not to be. Chalakian turns that one over. Sim. Clever ball inside. Liam Rose decides to go wider to Bilic. Shot from distance. Comfortable for Dylan Mitchell. Szymanowski perhaps just wanting to have a shot on target. It's been a while since he's had that opportunity to do so. Gallagher. Clever to Chalakian. To Wilson. Able to run at the defenses, Wilson. Plays it wide now to Adam Parkhouse. Parkhouse evades Roberts. Jordan Roberts doing well at the second time of asking. Corner from this side will be taken by Brendan Chalakian. You don't see Manly United manager Paul D up out of his seat too often. He's standing up, very alert right now. Sees the opportunity for his side to claim a third goal. Chalakian, straight down the throat of Manos, who elects to punch. Falls back to Chalakian. Wants the back stick. Manos reading it perfectly. Claims it very well. Mendy tracking back well. Stops Bilic from advancing too far. Sydney United have space again down this left-hand side. That pass is so strongly overhit, however. Szymanowski was the target, but the left back, Bilic, had continued his run forward and was in acres of space. Not to be. Fox. The away fans now finding a bit of voice, trying to encourage on their team. McDonald has Mendy in space on the right-hand side. Mendy sizing up his opponent. Mendy on that left foot towards the near post. Punched away by Thomas Manos. Yet another corner though for Manly United. Adam Parkhouse sends this one in. The flick header towards goal from Gallagher. Wasn't particularly clean contact. Goal kick. Manos wanting to take it quickly. Pops it over the top of Chalakian. Finds Roberts, who in turn finds Trefiro. It's a much better tempo from Sydney United, who at times have lacked a bit of urgency in their build-up. Breaks down in their attacking midfield, however. Maybe that will be the story of this second half. United needing to go for it, of course. Heavy challenge, Roberts on Parkhouse. Referee has done extremely well to keep his cards in the book, in the pocket so far. Gallagher takes it quickly. Finds that man, Adam Parkhouse. Takes on Roberts once again. The early delivery was clever from Parkhouse. To be fair, well read by Tomilic. Wilson off the knee. Turns that one over. Trefiro. Ball upfield, well intercepted. Gallagher, McDonald. Juggles it very well. Now this ball forward to Bendurovic. The first touch is decent. Tracking back Petar Markovic. Alert to the danger. Stopping Pendurovic from going through on goal. Some holding by Paul on Szymanowski. Sydney United very quick to take this set piece, and yet it's all back and across. An attempted switch can only find the head of Charles Mendy, who heads it out of play. Throw taken quickly to find Galagos. And tell me, this ball switched beautifully to the right-hand side. And that's Sim, favoring that left foot. Sim still going. Looks to find Antelmi, but Mendy loses it back to Antelmi. Antelmi plays it to his left back. Matthew Bilic puts it inside. Orchard not letting it bounce. Antelmi again. Fox gets it clear. That's a little bit more promising for Sydney United. I'm not sure if you can see on your screen right now. Almost playing with a front four at times. Making it very hard for them to find passes, short passes in midfield. But once it gets forward, it stays there. Hands in the back from Orchard. Szymanowski doing very well. His shot blocked. Hands in the back of Chalakian. The referee sees that. Wasn't malicious at all from Szymanowski. Just trying to get back into position. He did take out Chalakian. Orchard coming forward. Mendy trying to pull out the tricks. There's his just reward. Mendy taking on the defender. Meaning poor old Matthew Bilic was forced to make the foul. What an output we're seeing from Charles Mendy. The wide midfielders in Manly United are often the first to be substituted. Eyes are on the fitness of Mendy and Adam Parkhouse. Here's the latter standing over this set piece. Parkhouse, dangerous delivery, well headed away by Szymanowski, who's doing more than his fair share of defensive work. Swung in by Chalakian towards Manos, who again elects to punch. Chalakian all the way back to McDonald, who's going to be put under a bit of pressure. McDonald wants to keep it forward. A touch from Trefiro finds Manos. The flag staying down and now coming up as soon as Szymanowski looks to make a play at the ball. Szymanowski, frustrated, kept looking at the linesman, wondering if he was offside, but of course, in modern football, the officials are instructed to keep their flag down until the offside player actually makes a play at the ball. You can still understand Peter's frustration after making that run. Here he is again now, looking to turn Orchard. Gallagher to Parkhouse, to Fox, McDonald. The shout is Mendy. Here is the man, Charles Mendy. Bursting inside. Gets it back onto his right foot. Mendy just over the crossbar. What can you even say about this man? You simply don't know what is going to happen. Sydney United survive a second Mendy goal for now. Szymanowski has stayed down after this challenge from Gallagher. Gallagher will say he was just trying to shield the player. Hopefully Peter Szymanowski will be okay. Still clutching at his face. The instructions are coming out now from Miro Velestica. Trying to work out, if these are positional changes. Perhaps a substitute or two being readied. Velestica still with that notepad out. We'll see if there's any forthcoming changes. Well, Szymanowski is feeling the effects of that incident. It is not he that makes way. Jordan Roberts coming off. Christian Gonzalez coming on.
There was number 3, Jordan Roberts, and he was replaced by number 20, Christian Gonzalez.
Thankfully, Peter Szymanowski is back up and running. Good to see. He puts the pressure on Dylan Mitchell, who's taken off the cap. Trefiro. Beautifully played forward. This chip ball over the top. There's a lot for Paul to do. Does it well, to be fair. New man, Christian Gonzalez. Immediately takes the throw in. Trefiro wants the 1-2. Tries to play it with himself in the end. Gets the ball back now. Referee playing advantage. Pandurovic coming forward. Parkhouse will now be offside if that ball's played. So Pandurovic forced to go himself during the foul from Liam Rose. Notably, not many numbers forward at all for Manly United. Chalakian forced to play it short to McDonald. Little give and go. Cleverly done by McDonald. Well defended though. Chalakian perhaps talking to the referee about the proximity of the defence. Throw in by Wilson to Chalakian. Back to Wilson. Cleverly down the line. Parkhouse has the delivery. Not bad, but defended well. Trefiro misses his header. McDonald. Great challenge by the ball by 3 or 4 players. Kieran Paul winning out. Mendy wanting nothing to do with that throw in. We've seen the features of his game this afternoon. Clearly at his best when running at the opposition, taking players on. Has a fearsome strike in the locker as well. Chalakian bundled over. This free kick on the right-hand side for Manly United will be interesting to see who takes it. Parkhouse with that left foot is the man. few more numbers forward for Manly United from this set piece. Parkhouse goes direct on goal. Well tipped over the crossbar, however. Thomas Manos perfectly placed. Chalakian. This time Manos does not punch, claims it well. Can he start a counter-attack for his side? It was very long. Szymanowski again going over. He does get the foul. Wilson, fair enough. He's lost his boot. Not many will argue with that. There is still time for Sydney United to get back into this game. Of the two sides, it has been Manly United, if anything, pushing on from their strong first half. Let's see if that changes. Anthony Tomilic forced to go back. Gonzalez coming forward. Build up play is decent. Galagos. And tell me, looking for the 1-2. Well read though. Orchard racing back to position. Manly sitting much deeper in defence. Trefiro. Headed away by Gallagher. Sim. On the left foot. Well blocked again, Gallagher. A header away, not convincing by Wilson. The second attempt much better. Markovic. Under pressure from Pandurovic. Alert to it. Tomilic now. Pumping it forward towards you-know-who. Orchard reads it best. Fox's clearance. Up in the air, Orchard winning the header, but Szymanowski was not going to concede any ground. Referee adjudging that he's come in over the back of that player. Could this be the moment for Sydney United? Sebastian Galagos, one of those interested parties on this set piece. Stepping up now, over the wall and just onto the roof of the net. Gallagher looked worried, but that free kick not dipping enough. Dylan Mitchell, no doubt, will take plenty of time with his goal kick. He and his side are in no rush. Trefiro looking for the 1-2 as Szymanowski does well. Paul is tracking back well, however. Clears it out of play. Throw in taken quickly. Anthony Tomilic. Hits it straight back across. Liam Rose. Gonzalez on this left-hand side. The pressure from Manly United forces the turnover. Looks like Sydney United are playing more with a back three. Bilic dropping to a left centre-back position. Gonzalez given the freedom to push up the pitch. This is Sim. Wilson doing very well in defence. Trefiro to Sim. Looking for the give and go. It works quite nicely. Sim back across goal. As always, Gallagher is stationed. It's going to be a corner for Sydney United. Matthew Sim, the taker. Anthony Tomilich has come forward. May well be the target at this front post. So many bodies eventually cleared. Liam Rose. Back into the mixer. Parkhouse gets it away. Then Pandurovic. There's no outlet, however, for Manly. They're penned in. Matt Sim. Well tackled again. Credit Sam Wilson. He's done his job at left back all day. Galagos. Inventive. Well read again by Wilson. Chalakian retains position. Pandurovic with the outball. He decides to go to Parkhouse instead. Tomilich making the interception, but Pandurovic was away, not to be. Substitution for Manly. That's that man, Charles Mendy, the opening goal scorer here this afternoon. Comes off to a standing applause at Cromer Park. He'll be replaced by Dom Ferguson. Might require a bit of a change in system or players switching. Ferguson, a defensive mid by trade. Let you know what changes are made to the shape. Pandurovic fouled heavily. The players themselves are a little unclear with what position they're meant to be playing. You've got 3 centre mids, or defensive mids. Choose your poison. In the middle of the park. As of yet, no one on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Chalakian. Swinging this one in. Well punched by Manos. Fox winning the header back inside. Eventually it falls to Tomilich, who wants to start the attack for his team. Trefiro. Receives it back now. All he sees are blue shirts. Rose under pressure, turns the ball over. Parkhouse. Chalakian. Has no friends to play with. Does draw the foul. And tell me. We talked about final warnings. Almost every player on the pitch at this point on their last chance. Chalakian short to McDonald. No target man for Manly. No outlet. It's going to have to be back. Here we go. Gallagher. To the fresh blood. Lovely link up from Manly. May well be Chalakian playing as the striker at this point. It is Chalakian! Fires it into the back of the net. Lovely build-up with Adam Parkhouse. What can't this man do? Brendan Chalakian drives it to the far corner and makes it 3-0 to his side. Everything that man touches turns to gold. Brendan Chalakian with an emphatic finish to make it 3-0. Quite a few of these Sydney United faithful now heading for the exits. They've seen enough. Not a lot you can point at and say they've done spectacularly wrong by any means. But every goal from Manly United has been of the highest quality. Ferguson plays it out wide to Wilson. The left back's delivery. He actually wanted Pendurovic to go near post and tap that on. One Brenton Speed would be begging for a player to do just that. Often querying why the attackers don't make that front post run. There's another one for your compilation, Brenton. Manly sorting it out. Gallagher to Chalakian. Well tackled by Trefiro. And tell me, beautiful turn. The ball, however, overhit. To their credit, those Sydney United fans that remain, still singing, still chanting. They have seen their side win 5 times this season. They will remain in and around those top 4 spots. Just not their afternoon, evidently, based on proceedings thus far. Tomilic. Long ball forward, Paul underneath it. And Ferguson. Pendurovic, heavy challenge. Bilic wins out. It just hasn't quite clicked for Sydney United here this afternoon at Cromer Park. Can't recall too many saves having to be made by Dylan Mitchell. Ferguson putting the hurt on Patrick Antelmi. Here is that substitution alluded to earlier. Pendurovic off. Taneski on. One of the slower exits you're most likely to see. Does enable him to milk in the applause. Does prefer playing in the wide midfield position. Has done the job for his side, for manager Paul D. Even goes over to some of the kids for some high fives. If you're going to do it 3-0 at home, is the time for those types of shenanigans, fair enough. Meanwhile, Trefiro to Antelmi, gets it back. Shot from distance onto the crossbar. Sensational from Bilic, who's had enough of playing at the back. Decides to put on his striking boots. A fearsome effort, rattles the crossbar. Parkhouse unable to keep that in with the Rabona. Rose with a clever step, and then his pass. Rather aimless, Dylan Mitchell will do the professional thing. Flick header on towards Parkhouse. Doesn't find him. Manos throws that out half in frustration. Not a lot he could do for any of the goals this evening. Sim. And tell me. Sim spreads it well. Gonzalez. Ball from Bilic. Unable to find a teammate. Ferguson just popping that one up in the air. It's going to turn it straight back over. Plenty of teammates inside of him. Never mind. Nikola Teneski trying to chase that one down. A more pure number 9. Indeed he is, the actual number 9. He and Parkhouse remaining forward. Chalakian inside. Very confusing shape for Manly United. Might even be Parkhouse on that right. Yes, now they switch back. Teneski up top. McDonald on the left-hand side of a very narrow midfield. Gonzalez running forward. Forced to go back. Simonoski, clever little inside ball. It's very intricate for Sydney United. As of yet, they have been unable to find a breakthrough. Tomilic. Inside to Gonzalez. Back to Bilic, who shot from distance. Came out of nowhere. Was only an inch or two away from an outstanding goal. Trefiro, under pressure, can only seem to go back. Sim on the right-hand side. Well read again from Gallagher. His defense from Manly United has been incredibly disciplined and effective. Sim not giving up on it. Hits Wilson flush in the face. And his side, the corner. Some substitutions going to be made. One of those will be young Jamie Glover. First things first, Sydney United.
Substitution for Sydney United coming off the field is number 10, Sebastian Galagos-Bentil. He's replaced by number 14, Nick Stavromakis.
You may have heard from the ground announcer, always on the money. Stavromakis coming on. Meanwhile, this corner to the back stick, Mitchell punching it away very well. Galagos was the Sydney United player to make way. We'll get back to Jamie Glover in just a moment. For now, Teneski trying to break clear. Here is McDonald in an unfamiliar left midfield position. Really just there from a defensive standpoint. He goes all the way back. Ferguson spraying it wide to his right back, Paul. Chalakian gets it to Parkhouse. Maybe he could have hit it first time, tried to get it back onto his right foot. You have to say, well defended. Simonoski doing well. Sim. Can he help get his side on the score sheet and reward the fans that have made the trip out here today? Trefiro. All the way back. Jamie Glover waits on to get himself onto the pitch. Tomilic. To Sim. Matt Sim. There's a bit of space here, and tell me. Unable to go forward. Stavromakis hits his pass a bit heavy. Here is Jamie Glover coming on the pitch. Paul D has massive raps on this youngster. Started for Manly United earlier on in the season. He's been working his way back on through the reserves. He's going to replace the scorer of that second goal, Adam Parkhouse. Parkhouse also compelled to offer the high fives to the children supporting him and his side. And speaking with Paul D before the season started, he said Jamie Glover is the youngster to watch. What a time to be able to come on with your side up 3-0 at home to Sydney United with not very long remaining. You can really enjoy yourself out there. As for Sydney United, they begin to look forward. You wouldn't say they've been outplayed by any measure in this game. Just perhaps some moments of concentration or lack thereof. Foul not given there on Jamie Glover. Play on. Strong challenge. McDonald on Trefiro. Falls now to Sim. Wilson won the football. Adjudged to have gone through the back of Sim. There's 4 minutes of stoppage time until this one is done and dusted. Would have to be the comeback of all comebacks if anything were to happen at this stage. At the very least, can Sydney United find themselves a consolation goal? Matthew Sim standing over this set piece. Over the wall. Comfortable for Dylan Mitchell. Sees that one all the way into his gloves. And goes towards Glover. In fact, finds manager Paul D with a quite decent first touch. Sloppy turnover from Rose. Mitch Chalakian has the ball. Rose is trying to make amends. Chalakian gets back up. Chalakian playing it wide. Taneski on his left foot. Anywhere will do for the Sydney United defence. Paul coming forward to take this throw in. Goes back to Ferguson. Under no rush at all. Fox. Taneski, clever. A few fans in the crowd calling for the final whistle. You can enjoy these moments. Glover to McDonald. Fox. It's become a bit of a passing training routine for the home side. Ferguson. Out to Paul. Paul wanting the run down the line. Glover eventually obliging. Well defended though. Bilic, who's not done a lot wrong today by any means. Almost had himself a goal too. Here's Glover coming up against Bilic. Glover inviting the challenge, and the challenge comes in. Bilic is also the only player to find himself on a yellow card today. The referee keeping this game under wraps. Free kick taken short. Chalakian holding on to the jersey. This will mean Manly United get within 1 point of Sydney United. Can't quite enter that top four just yet. And just outside it, they are poised for a mid-season strike. Meanwhile, Simonoski, who is still full of running, hasn't given up on anything all afternoon. Back down the line, Gonzalez swinging it in. Wilson missing the ball. We'll find Trefiro around the corner. Dylan Mitchell making sure he keeps a clean sheet. Referee has a look at the watch. And that's all she wrote at Cromer Park. Sydney United will rise again, but this afternoon, 3 moments of brilliance from Manly United. In the first half, Charles Mendy with a solo effort, followed by an Adam Parkhouse goal following a counter-attack. And then Brendan Chalakian thumping it into the back of the net to make it 3. That's where the scoreline finished here at Cromer Park. We thank you for watching, for listening. My name is Nate Patrick. It finishes Manly United 3, Sydney United 58 FC 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join the players and officials over in the clubhouse for celebrations of the win. Manly United's next home game here is against Wollongong Wolves on Sunday, May 26. And the women are in action here against the North Shore Mariners on Sunday, June 2 at 3 p.m. We hope you enjoyed the game. From all of us here at Manly United and Football New South Wales, thanks for your attendance and we'll see you next time.